least. But perhaps they can start off better here. They've made their way through apartments. However, there is a decent presence here, to say the least here. 3 players, well, 4 effectively, ready to defend the A bomb site. 3 with their eyes trained on top mid for Mousesports.
Can hear the birds. Don't often hear that on Inferno, as it's so quiet, but things quickly get a hell of a lot louder with the headshots from both sides. 3 versus 3, as Frozen is looking to be that third man, making his way towards the A-bomb site, but he's not quite sure just yet. We've got Rops in the smoke, trying to get the reload. 13 HP, still alive, but Frozen, is he going to get there in time? Behind the smoke now. Still getting tagged. They can hear those tagging as well. They know he's there. Ethan's going to go for that safe plant. Cirque's got the angle by Graveyard. He's spotted his little cap Frozen. But can he cap him? Sees Ethan's elbow as he goes to the reload. He knows where both players are now. Cirque swinging for the 1 versus 1 and delivering a very confident headshot. EG take the pistol.
What an ace there coming in from a Cirque. Coming in hot. That's what you want from the likes of Cirque on this T side. Mousesports, though, will go for the force buy, and I think that's commendable. A commendable choice, given that, like Train on the CT side, this is an excellent map for it. You can get massive value, lots of close ranges, lots of difficult choke points and positions to clear for the T side. So that can be very, very much abused by the CT side with the force buy. We're going to see a fast approach on Banana. Really using the advantage of the utility to just get that free map control. But, oh, Frozen's going to go forwards with that Deagle. He's been flash forwards, but he won't be able to find any kill in that forward position. It is instead going to EG. So that's a 5v4 quick for them, and that's surely going to make them feel more confident. And a rotation has come in now for Mousesports too. Or maybe not. They're not sure, James.
There's uncertainty. There's hesitation. Nobody wants to make a mistake. Woxic. Oh, did they line up for him? I think he tagged both of them, and the Rops is here to finish them off with the Deagle. 3 versus 3. Disaster is on the horizon for Evil Geniuses. The Tara can stand pretty low. Woxic is just a complete savage, isn't he? There's no limits to what he can do. Moving through the smoke of the Scout. Now just showing some presence. Got to be careful, though. That HE could have done a hell of a lot more. Didn't do too much. Crush has a smoke, and there's one at his feet if he has a plan for them, but I'm sure the AK will be a lot more important. Stan, 52 HP. He is vulnerable. Woxic takes that map control. Makes the situation even worse for EG. They're going to double swing out. Woxic, so many chances. And there's a headshot now. Falls back. Maybe he's done enough. Crush now, 26 HP. He'll get tagged by Woxic as well. His output is absurd.
Yeah, has he done enough here? Because creeping around the corner, Christian will finish off Crush. Beautiful round from Woxic. My God, what an MVP performance. That is just so nutty what he was able to do with the Scout there. And the second push through the smoke as well. It just defies logic. And that's one of the X factors that Mousesports have. You know, if you have like a really structured game plan, if you're, one of those kinds of teams, Mousesports can go to those gears. They've got those kinds of players like Woxic that can make the crazy moves to really throw a wrench into the works. And now it's EG on the force buy. What can they offer up here? Carrigan pretty deep there towards the top banana position. You can see if he can get any info here. Knows that one is close. Could be more, though, as far as he is concerned. They don't really have all the info in the world. Deep banana smoke comes through. EG now focus on top mid and apartments.
And again, the chirp of the birds. We're in a pet store. Rob's playing anti-flash. Does Chris J spray to show presence? Fires some traces off. Grenade of his own. Double peek maybe on the way. Nice burst from Robs. He's got a spray as well if necessary. And he is 2 for 2. Tarek, Stan and Cirque remain. Robs on a low ground. Takes one in the face. Oh, this is turning around now. But maybe there isn't a chance to plant the bomb. I was going to say maybe there is. But right now it's in the hands of Mousesports. Will they swing on the incoming tease of Evil Geniuses? Stand with a jiggle. Spots Chris J on the feet of the bomb. And Mousesports will finish off the rest of them. 3 players alive. Back and forth at the beginning of Inferno. But it's Mousesports who are in the lead.
Yeah, I feel like it's just them they'll be the ones that will be continually going forth at this point. Maybe not too much else to be done here for EG.
Frozen's hair is very vertical.
It is, yeah. Like a tsunami.
It's a climbing wall. You could make a fridge magnet just of that hair. But anyway, Pistols for Evil Geniuses. There's one flash for Stan, but where will he choose to use it? Crush is moving through the crawl space to have a look in mid, and it's going to go through the smoke, trying to use the numbers as best they can. That's a great effort with just a 5-7 from Carrigan, and there's a clean up from Frozen. He's got the bleach up, the street sweeper, the drama king. 3-1 to Mousesports.
Okay, so that money is going to be building now for Mousesports. EG needs to start getting that economic damage. And, one of the things that, any team is going to have to put a lot of emphasis on in terms of their game plan is that banana position. And that's something that Mousesports do very effectively. Again, I was talking to Carrigan about it, and he said that that's one of the only things that he prepares when in the game plan is banana control. Sometimes he just doesn't do anything else on the map in terms of the preparation. It's so important. And look at this, Frozen, my God. When do you ever expect to see a CT in the crawl space that quickly? And there's all kinds of action all over the rest of the map. And Crush, he's going to spot it, but it's not enough there. Frozen will take him down regardless as Krishte takes down Cirque. It's just devastating, isn't it? They're getting pulled apart limb by limb.
Looks like Mousesports opened a black hole in this round. Only Stan survives for now, but he is circling the orbit, and I don't think he'll escape. Running to his doom, perhaps Chris Javen off angle, but he was low. He's dead now. Carrigan will trade. Maybe he reaches the rifle. His teammates firing him in his direction, and he gets a nice upgrade at the end there. 4-1. That's a startling round for Evil Geniuses. A fox in headlights at the moment. Yeah. 1-4. Back on the pistols again.
Those aggressive rounds, it's such a good way to just kind of mentally dominate your opposition as well. EG didn't even get to run around. They didn't get a chance to because Mousesports are all on top of them, and then Mousesports win the round. And if EG had a plan going into that one, well,
no walk in the park.
It's just gone. It's just
no yard time, Dad.
Yeah, it really is rough, isn't it?
CZs are out. CZs are very dangerous, but the no respect style. This reminds me of the days of Mousesports with Oscar with the auto shotgun instead of an AWP and so on. You just love to see this kind of confidence from them.
Oh man, pushing everything.
Yeah, all the things.
It gives them so much information as well. Like, they have such a good idea as to what's happening, and Chris J spotted some legs, and he's going to completely destroy Ethan. And he's just staying out there. He doesn't even care. And
yeah, he's facing the swing because Rops is here as well.
Oh my God!
It's just nice. It's comfortable, and it's just good. It's just good synergy from Mousesports as well. But here we go. Evil Geniuses will be on the buy once more, and it should look like a real full buy from them. Cirque on the T side AWP, not the easiest T side with which to be effective with a sniper rifle. Ethan with the Krieg. He'll try and do his best Breeze impression with that. Brezzy. 3 AK-47s for the remainder of the squad. Plenty of grenades. Again, I did raise a question as to if Crush will have the synergy in terms of execute with his teammates, should he be required. Sure, we'll see that soon enough. Cirque has a look, and he's got to run through the flame carpet just to stay alive.
I see Tarek so paranoid there when he pushes and walks it. Here is the push. Oh man, a quick 5v4 straight away for Mousesports thanks to Woxic. Additional damage done by the HE onto Crush as he makes his way forwards towards apartments.
I didn't know there was a little shadow advantage there as well. You could see Tarek jiggling before Tarek even showed himself.
The timing there, really shutting Ethan down.
I love this. They're starving EG of oxygen. They're imposing their will. They're setting the pace on the CT side. They're playing a no-respect style. So many angles. A great effort from Rops. But Cirque alive is a problem. Not alive anymore, though. Kobe.
Yeah, nice lineup there. The three-pointer, that's for sure. And EG not really left with much in the way of options. Have to make their way through lane. And there is no way through. There's a big red stop sign named Woxic with the AWP. What the hell do you do in this position? The flashbang's all well and good, but there is support on the bomb site in Carrigan. And also Frozen.
I love the idea of that flashbang. Just bounce it off the side and face because it goes off behind the wall, so they have to look away or stand there and eat it, expecting you to peek. Either way, it's going to go the way of Mousesports this round, 6-1. Rop's the only man taken out. I love the aggression from Mousesports. I mean, yeah, this is a difficult situation for Evil Geniuses, but if the rounds are to continue in this fashion, at least we can enjoy the aggression that we're seeing from Mousesports. That certainly is a highlight in these rounds for me. As lopsided and dominant as these rounds have been so far, it's still very engaging to watch in terms of the liberties Mousesports are taking, because when you're someone like Chris J and you're standing top mid but deep where the smokes normally are, you have to be able to work off your teammates and have synergy to hold those positions, to deal with a player coming out of boiler and play off each other and use his angles to work together. So it's not so simple, even though they're making it look that way, but it still has, there's still a lot of work to be done to be effective and limit your variance despite putting yourself in a more risky position.
Yeah, they're definitely earning the success that they've been getting from the aggression, and this is a great time for a tactical timeout from EG. They need to kind of just regroup here. I don't think they've got more than a kill in the last like 4 or 5 rounds. It feels like it can't be more. It has to be under like 3 kills or something. It doesn't feel like they've been doing any damage at all. And the money is quickly climbing for Mousesports. Chris J once again aggressive. It's just pistols here again for EG. Now Robs is going aggressive in apartments. He's going to find one, and the second one is going to be able to deal with him. Cirque will take him down. He's got a gun from that now, and it's not looking quite so dandy for Mousesports anymore. Robs is dead, and Chris J is having some trouble there in mid, although it looks like it will all be under control after all. Maybe not.
Tarek is able to get to the AWP. He's a dab hand of the AWP as well, but Frozen won't even let him finish his crouch to find the shot.
Around the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, I suppose they'll have to spend some money. I mean, they are losing money by winning rounds anyway. Chris J, 15k. Carrigan, 15,200. Presumably after replenishing the grenades, at least with Chris J. Don't think Carrigan spent anything.
We're in the 9th round, James, now. And I don't think Carrigan's really had any action on Banana except when he's pushed and it's like very deep on Banana. Like they haven't... EG, after the first 2 rounds, we haven't really seen them push top Banana. So they need to be able to get Banana control. That's got to be one of the starting points here for EG if they want to have a hope in hell. Ooh, love that. The deep smoke, the nading behind it. That's genius. That is genius, James.
It's not quite genius, Dan. They're on the T side. Most of EG in the mid position. A 4th man rotating towards A and Frozen, and Rops is Rops, which means that people have died. Get the body bags, zip them up. Cirque with 14 HP. I think the word for this, Stan, is unfortunate. The thing is, right, Mousesports, I mean, it wasn't like... You know, they've had success with multiple stand-ins, right? What if they just start tweeting like, what's your excuse, ? You know, that would be so BM, but I don't expect that they will do that. Cirque, I mean, what is the goal here at this point? You've got a minute on the clock, you're on a 1 versus 4, and there's loads of money for Mousesports. Try and make it more expensive. That's all you can do, really. And he won't be able to do that because they've got the angles. They've got the angles.
Wow, Chris J and Frozen starting this round with $16,000. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I have to say, I haven't seen an Inferno that was quite this dominant in quite some time. And it's partly because Mousesports are playing really aggressive. They're actually trying to really just put their foot on the pedal. And you don't often see teams doing it like that because it is very difficult to do consistently on the CT side. But here we go. Big push towards Banana. Carrigan's there. He's blind with that AUG. He's actually... Oh my god, how is he alive? He's on 11 HP. Frozen's doing excellent work keeping him alive. He's just spray down the rest. Oh, that's just crazy that they managed to just win the round outright like that. That's outrageous. Oh my god. What a round. I thought Carrigan was not going to get a single kill, firstly, and I thought he was guaranteed to be dead. But Frozen swung in like Superman. I guess that would make Carrigan lowest lane in that analogy.
Well, I'll just move on from that one, shall I? Evil Genius is looking for round number 2. Yes, these rounds have been dominant, but look at the possession towards the Banana position. They're getting very aggressive over there, and there's still a chance for 6 rounds, as unlikely as that might be. Stranger things have happened. Because Rops is in a position where he's less likely to be sprayed through the walls. So smart work in that respect. So he got some lineups for a Molotov behind the new box. from where Ethan is standing. Tarek pops out. He's got more work to do. Does Woxic go for the repeat? Big flashbang, but he will choose to fall back. Still big presence from Evil Geniuses towards that B bomb site, and here come those mollies.
Indeed, much better start here for EG, getting that initial pick. Crochet aggressive once again, but here he is now pushing into the site. Frozen on the boost position, has to fall off though. That's the molly. They are already making this complicated for Evil Geniuses. Mousesports. Frozen threatening this push and this massive gap in the smoke. Now it's gone, and Frozen takes down Tarek. How will they plant the bomb? They're gonna have to go for it like right away because the CTs are on the way. Woxic creeping with the AWP. Rob still staying on the A site there just in case there's a lurk. This is EG's best chance at a round in quite some time. We'll see if they can do it.
There's a molly for the retake. There it goes from Woxic. That's a lot of information. Is Frozen fast enough? Talk about shadow advantage. Doesn't work out for Stan though. 2-on-2 now. Woxic in battle sniper mode, and Robs is still on the way, but he's pretty damn close at this point. Woxic's found a smoke grenade, but the AWP is going to be more important. Both CTs with a kit. Time is ticking. Cirque's got the angle. A smoke to create some space. Do they go for the defuse in plain sight? Rob's up on the coffins, and does Woxic just try to jump on the bomb now? Does he go for damage instead? Nobody in the pull position, and it will be that second round for Evil Geniuses. There's a lot of money for Mousesports, but there are 4 more rounds to win for EG.
Yeah, that was a great round from EG. They finally get something going towards that B-bomb side. It seemed like there was a lot of opportunities that could have gone, or Mousesports could have used to create something there, but EG were good to shut them down. And that is such a needed round. Unfortunately for EG, one thing that really sucks in this situation is, sure, you win a round, but they're yet to really be in a position where they get their default working, firstly. And then secondly, one of the ways that that round was made easier is because Chris J went aggressive in mid, and I would say a way that is unusual. It's only because in the vacuum of this match, he's been getting away with that so much. He finally got caught out doing it. So Mousesports can change up the pace and change up their setups in so many different ways. But for EG, their defaults still haven't been working. So what do they go to next?
So there's this buy, and there's one more from Mousesports in terms of money, in terms of 4 buys. So there is potential for Evil Geniuses, believe it or not, there is potential, but there is a lack of control towards Banana now, and Woxic is there with the AWP. Adjustments have been made by Mousesports. Ethan, here's the scope. I wouldn't press W anymore, even if I was Ethan, as good as he is. Not against Woxic. But he's a professional. He must press W. He must pursue. He brings help. Circle some warning shots. Woxic with a common angle, and Ethan's got to be so careful. If he gives Woxic 1 millimeter, that'll probably be enough. Ethan's actually the guy I think we both talk about the most in terms of jiggling and how strong he is with that, but we'll see if that plays out later on, because Carrigan is causing problems with that AUG. Top mid, there are still more targets. There's the jiggle from Ethan. How's he alive? There's the spray through the wall as well, but there is a second player towards B in Frozen. 3 versus 3. Where will the bomb go, though?
Oh, Frozen almost had just enough of an after image in his mind there as to where the player will be behind the smoke to get the frag, but not quite. Circle eliminates Chris J as well. And now Frozen has a lot to do. Do you try to go for this? You could try to just hold on to construction and see what happens around the rest of the map. He has been well and truly shut out of position, though, and he would be most anticipated in construction right now. He has the lineup through the smoke, almost got it too. But Stan will stay alive for now, and Mousesports, they may have to consider how doable this actually is, because regardless of the money, the percentage is just so extremely low. Indeed, looking to save the weapons. Frozen could cause some damage on the way out here. Could try to get some exit kills, and even sacrifice his life for that purpose.
Yeah, they can weaken the full buy of EG in the next round if they can take many of these weapons away. They can fall by regardless, as we know. Footsteps are heard by Robs. Does he have a look? Stan, how's he alive? No molly or anything like that for Robs, so 3 are likely to survive. There's no reason for EG to peak at this point, as their own economy is the one that's that threat. Oh, there we go. A 3rd round on the board for Evil Geniuses. 6 is still the target for them, and that would be amazing considering how this half has gone for the most part. Mousesports hold on to some extra money, which maybe gives them an extra buy.
That kill came down to Woxic as well. That looked like it was a connection. It's the slimmest of misses.
Yeah, rare miss from him, especially at that range.
Yeah. Ooh. Deep nades on Banana there. Oh, Woxic, he's going to get another miss in apartments, and now Robs has to step up for him. And he's going to do just that with the headshot onto Crush, but now he has to fall back to 8 because there's no one covering the balcony, and their rotation is forced by Evil Geniuses with that presence. And they should realize that the map is more open now because of that initial pick. So they have a lot of time to work with. If they want to go for a retake on Banana, they can do that. They know Woxic is no longer a problem with the AWP. So it gives them so much more freedom.
Yeah, that AWP is not in a place which is likely to be retrieved as well for the time being. But they might not know if Chris J's on a second AWP, as he can sometimes be. You can see him on double stack. Just falling off. That means there's a sound cue as well. He knows that. But here comes a charge from the T's. Rops in the pit. And he's got help from Chris J if he needs it. Maybe falling will be enough. Stanislaw on 12 HP. The bomb's on the floor in the pit as well. And Cirque's in a 1 versus 3. The scope was heard. Carrigan by double stack dispatching. The flash from his teammate. Great synergy once again for Mousesports. Straight back to winning ways. Double figures for them as they look to close things out to 12-3. But EG might still have something to say about that.
Yeah, Stan could drop a weapon, and I think that is. What has he done here? Okay, yes, they do go for the 4-buy. I believe a gun has been dropped, and they'll do what they can. One thing that's been difficult, it seems, for EG is they have been very timid around Banana, and it looks like it might change this round. Got a heavier presence there, which I think is good. Can't give that for free too often. Remodeling that. I think it was supposed to be a little bit deeper. Go behind the barrels. There's a forward smoke from the CTs. A nice gap for Stan to play with, though. Is he going to go aggressive with this one? Here's a flash from a teammate. Can consider it, but the spray for the smoke is going to land on Stan straight away. Oh, it doesn't seem like anything can go right for EG.
Woxic force from his angle, but Rops is here to help. He's going to have a sneaky one himself. They're lining up for him. So patient. 2 headshots for him. Spots the bomb. So much information. Tarek alone of the CZ jumping into the flames. He's got a cross mid as well. Giant choke points, and down he goes. Mousesports 1 away from 12 in the first half. And the money's not great for EG in this last round.
Dude, I feel like Rops only kills people with headshots. I feel like he's got to have like one of the highest headshot percentages.
His play in the last few months has been outrageous. And we did notice at some point, I'm not sure when exactly, his concentrated efforts to just burst everyone.
Yeah, the 2-bullet bursts.
Yeah, 2 or 3. It's been amazing to watch. It's definitely goals.
Yeah, that is for sure.
C2 Galil's here for Mousesports. Woxic is going to do a lot of damage. He's back to his fragging ways. And now it is Ethan. My God, it is scorched earth here on Inferno. But maybe there is a chance for Ethan. Throws a smoke grenade towards the B bomb site. He'll hear the footsteps. A 2-man rotation. They're lining up for him. The reload will give him some confidence. So Jesse's running away, and he's going to make this work, actually. 3 kills now for Ethan, but Frozen's coming in from the back. Not heard just yet. Ethan almost escapes. Almost, but not quite. 12-3 for Mousesports.
Yeah, fantastic half from them. Really enjoyed the dominance. It's not always that you can say that. I think you made this point earlier, James, but the way that Mousesports were extremely aggressive on multiple rounds in a way that they accomplished it and executed it as a team was really enjoyable to watch. And they really made it as hard as possible for EG, which is heartbreaking. And if you're an EG fan, of course, but that's Mousesports right now. They have so many amazing tools, and they finally figured out how to kind of put them all together.
Man, Woxic on an AWP has just been just so sick to watch. It's just fun to watch the explosive snipers.
Yeah.
And he is one of the more TNT-like snipers in the game at the moment. Mousesports in very, very good spirits.
One thing that's really interesting too is that it's such an unexpected thing. It's something that I also talked to Carrigan about. Obviously, one of the things that's credited in terms of Mousesports really turning around their performances was when they switched the roles between Frozen and Chris J, making Chris J the entry and then Frozen the lurker. And initially the logic, which makes so much sense, is that as Chris J is the most experienced player and has led teams before, you would want him on the lurker role because he can then feed information to Carrigan and make secondary calls because he's on the other side of the map and staying alive for a long period of time. But for whatever reason, that just didn't seem to work, and they had that kind of roll switch, in their pocket as something that they wanted to try, and it just seems to be working really well. So here we are, 12-3. EG with it all to do. They won the first pistol round with an ace from Cirque, and they'll probably need nothing less than that to win it here.
Rops, P250 raid boss. Love some extra range in a pistol round. And there we go. There's a nice one tap. Just hear that rattle in the distance of the one tap with that P250. With a Glock, that wouldn't be a kill. So that's done its job. But they won't overcommit Mousesports. They'll just spread evil geniuses out. Ethan will be alone now towards that B-bomb site. And Rops is still fishing. And in the meantime, I think can he see a piece of Ethan, I wonder? No, apparently not. They're just waiting for Rops to make his play here. But at some point, surely Ethan is going to peak. Who will the timing favour? There are shadows to be had as well. There we go. Not the go signal just yet, though, for Mousesports. There's a flashbang, but the CTs can see once again they're flying out now. KZ maps, but they're all going to crater, it seems. 4 versus 2 for Evil Geniuses. A much-needed pistol will go their way.
Yeah, so both pistol rounds now picked up by EG in this map of Inferno. And again, we said that obviously they need everything to go their way at this point. They're down so much, and also I think it's very hard. You've got to stand in there. Breeze is not here at the moment, so Crush is there replacing him for now, and if that's not bad enough, it's against basically your kryptonite. I think it's fair to say that Mousesports is effectively EG's kryptonite right now. And here we go, Woxic trying to go deep there, but he will be the one buried deep by Tarek with that MP9. Tarek's pushed in front of the smoke. I respect it, I love it. Put the aggression back on Mousesports, but it has not paid off here. And that's a 4v4, and make that a 4v3. Chris J opens up the arch side, and he'll make his presence known as he pushes forwards.
Line him up. And then it was just Ethan. Success has been brief for Evil Geniuses here on Inferno. Chris J has an angle, but Ethan is ready for him. There's sharp, twitchy African fibers down. Ethan now in the library position. Rops, though, maybe has a master stroke, but Ethan will be aware of this, and he's still alive, Ethan. He's not giving up on this one just yet. Frozen on the flank. And that will be that. 13-4 for Mousesports. Uses a HE to try and send the gun to himself, but I don't think it quite worked out.
That moment when you see Rops looking at two players who have their backs to him, that's a yikes there for EG. Very unfortunate. It's so hard to keep track of stuff like that when there's chaos happening. And it all turns around immediately. So EG will be, of course, in a position where they have to force buy. There's really no alternative, especially given how far behind they are. They must win this round. And they've got 3 players ready to attack top mid. There's the smoke, though. Oh, Woxic. You can see Woxic he understands there might be a setup there. Just such great game sense from Woxic. He knows exactly what they're doing. He misses every bullet more or less, but it's fine. It's fine because he has at least stopped them from doing anything. That play has not worked out for EG.
He's Robocop. He's got the augmentations. Kind of want the night vision goggles back. Yes, they were useless. But it's like a fidget spinner thing. I'm going to press the button and have it make a noise. EG trying to delay as much as possible. There are 2 flashes to be had here. Stan has one in his hands at the moment in that arch position. But will his teammates get in position to use it? Well, he's put it away for now. So no pop flash plays on either side just yet. Ethan taking a hell of a lot of damage. You can see Tarek's got the barrel flash, but the bulk of Mousesports and the bomb are still top mid. Rob's creeping in. Look at the time on the clock. This is not necessarily favorable, especially because Stan could throw that flashbang into the A-bomb site if his teammates are still alive. That's a great start with the AK up. Stan goes down, though, so no flash after all. Cirque doing what he can, but the numbers are here to trade. Tarek and Ethan coming in from the B-bomb site. No rifles to be had. So this might just be number 14 for Mousesports.
Indeed. It's not looking great here for EG. And again, they did full spy here. You guys can see their money on the bottom right of your screen, and it's not going to be a good look.
It's 1,000 yards there from Tarek before the game even started.
Especially because they got reset after winning the pistol round. It's basically the worst economic position you can possibly be in on one of the maps where you need the most utility to have a chance at a good defense. So I don't think it could really be worse for EG right now. Trying to find a silver lining. Don't think I can find one. Don't think there is one, James. It's just this enshrouded in darkness.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know, they'll be concerned when they have their full team, so sometimes it be like that. Quick chat for Mousesports. 2 rounds away from a pretty convincing victory, as one would expect. Keep an eye on Frozen and Woxic and make sure they buy armor. A few people have not bought Kevlar in full buy rounds in this tournament so far. At least 2 occasions.
Happens.
Okay, Woxic's picked up some armor. Frozen hasn't bought just yet, so I'm sure he will. Okay, not much to say here from the EG point of view. We'll see what they have to work with. I'm not sure if anything's on the floor. We see an AK and a UMP. And it seems it'll be just that with a few pistols. But they've got a lot of grenades, so they can try to cause some unforced errors from Mousesports by delaying. They need to hold on to those smokes for dear life. So Ethan's in a position to pop flash. He's holding an incendiary, though. Ooh, this one's going to be dry from Mousesports. It's an arid landscape for Evil Geniuses. Ethan alone with a P250 on that B-bomb site.
That pop flash contact burst is so strong, isn't it? There's so little it seems like they can do with the pistols. Oh man, EG in a lot of trouble here. Do they already think about saving? Well, there might not be any saving, although Crush will be able to find that AK of Rob's. And Ethan is just hanging out in construction. Maybe they can get one more kill. Maybe they can steal a gun. Crush has joined the fray, brandishing the AK-47. And there's a retake smoke that'll block off the vision from Banana for the T side. So EG really threatening a retake. Are they really going to commit to this? They still have the option to save their Kevlar, save their guns, let Mousesports get a 15. But they think they can make this work. They're going to get slaughtered, James. I don't know about this one.
Well, probably worth the gamble, even though the percentages are, like it's a 5% thing, but 11 rounds in a row. There's no good option, really. That's the problem. There's no good option for Evil Geniuses either way. Crush will hold on to an AK-47 unless he's extremely unlucky. And it's a lot of match points for Mousesports. Inferno has been an absolute non-starter for Evil Geniuses. And maybe another round for Mousesports will be a relief for them. Because there isn't much to say about this at all, really, is there? It's just one of those things. Don't have your full team, and Mousesports have a mallet, and you are a hamster.
Yeah, I mean, again, Mousesports were already the kryptonite of EG, so it's. I mean, that's one thing that EG can already think about. Moving forwards, it's not ideal, but there is that at least. But we'll maybe make that point a bit later, as this could be the last round here. Mousesports to make their way forward, carrying with the entry frag. There's Tarek dead. Ethan with that 5-7, able to pick off one. Can he steal away the Galil? I don't know that he can. It looks like maybe he can, actually, as the T presence has all but vanished. They voided their banana control, and it's Crush here on the lane position. Oh, there's a tag with the Scout. Crush with a finish. He's got to get another one, though, and he does. Oh, he gets that third. That's brilliant from Crush.
Way more than you could reasonably ask for. And now Frozen's in a 1 versus 2. Plenty of time. Smoke is up. He'll go for the default plant on double stack. And away he goes. Oh, he's going to take the long way. Has he been spotted going into the apartment store? I'm not sure if Stan was around the corner in time. Doesn't look like it. What? Doesn't look like it was. Not what? So Frozen is effectively going for a flank. Now, how quickly can Evil Geniuses discern this? They'll see that nobody's in the site itself. Looks like Frozen's playing for the beats for the time being. One by Graveyard, one in the site. Smoke is up towards the pier. and there's Ethan taken out now. Oh, that's a beautiful tap onto Stanislaw, and that is quite telling about that game in general. Nothing but headshots from Mousesports. Complete domination from start to finish. Evil Geniuses being deleted like pencil on a piece of paper.
Yeah, that was a fantastic performance from Mousesports. Again, of course, it's sad that obviously the stand-in factor is there for EG, but once again, it's one of those matchups where even if it wasn't the case, this is the worst matchup for EG in terms of like facing the top level teams. It's the hardest team for them to deal with stylistically. That is just the case, and that's what the results say. Yeah,
again, going into this, the head-to-head was 6-1, and that is improved for Mousesports. It was a very weird exchanges of bacteria post-match. But yeah, there isn't so much to say about that. Really, again,